always been talking about gadgets, unboxing gadgets and what have you. But now it's time to get back to the core. 4K reviews, let's go.
Brass tacks.
Is this my first review since my birthday? Face to face. Your boy 38 now. Your boy getting old as a motherfucker. That's all I'ma say. Irrespective of that, it's your boy. Brass tacks in this bitch, you already know. You know, the Expendable movies are okay. Mindless action, Sylvester Stallone in that bitch, Dolph Lundgren in that bitch, everyone in that bitch. It makes sense, yeah? But here's the thing. I would never have bought them on 4K. But Walmart are doing a special at the moment where it's 3 for like $23, $24, something like that. So I thought, let me just order it from the States and get that shit sent out to me. My friend paid a premium, got that shit early. So I thought I'd check it out. I'm not going to talk much about the movies, other than to say, I think they got predominantly worse as the movies went on. The first one was good, the second one wasn't as good, and the third one was even worse than that shit. It's mindless action, old school action, for the most part practical special effects. If you're a 70s baby, an 80s baby, you're going to appreciate the stars in these movies. Throwbacks, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Mel Gibson, Chuck Norris in this bitch. Lot of stars. It's your collections of the who's who's. So it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. These are the kind of movies you'd probably want to watch when you're drunk or when you're just chilling with your friends. I'm going to go one by one and just talk about each of the transfers. Let's get on with it. Shot in 35mm. Visual effects, 2K, digital intermediate, 2K. Dolby Atmos sound. First thing that's going to strike you about this movie is that the black levels are pretty good because the opening 15-20 minutes are very dark. So you need to have strong black levels. And the black levels are very strong. Shadow detail is also very good. You can make out the detail in the darkness in this bitch. 100%. It's a subtle upgrade. There is a slight uptick in detail. There is a slight uptick in depth. Someone could walk in the room and not realize you're actually watching a 4K movie. I'm beginning to find that movies shot in 35mm don't really blow us away for some reason. I don't know what it is. There is some noise in this movie as well, which may detract from your viewing experience. I hate noise. I understand why it's there, but I hate noise. I like clean digital images because of the uptick in visual quality and because of the increased depth. Green screen's more prominent. Most of this movie was done with practical effects. That's a good thing, but there is green screen in this bitch, and when you see it, you're gonna notice it. A lot more so than on the Blu-ray. The main thing that really stands out about this transfer is the color. It's a lot more vibrant than its 1080p counterpart. But overall, it's very subtle. Very, very subtle. Shot in 35mm. Visual effects 2K. Digital intermediate 2K. Dolby Atmos sound. Black levels are definitely a step up. You can see a lot more in the dark shots. A little more detail than there was in Expendables 1. It's a little more noticeable, a little more depth. The color is decent. It is a nice upgrade. You will notice subtle nuances in the added color. But the biggest problem I have is the grain is at an all-time full. I understand grain's trying to create a filmic look in this bitch, but to me, grain takes away from detail. And it really, really does. When you got landscape shots, you see the grain in the sky and in the landscape, you think, what the fuck going on here? Not a fan. Most of the effects are practical. There may be a few instances where things stand out, but things like explosions and what have you usually look pretty good. It's more of an uptick than the first movie. The noise brings it down a notch as well. I'd say Expendables 1 and 2 are on par with each other in terms of visual fidelity. Shot in 4K and 5K. Visual effects rendered in 2K, digital intermediate 4K. Dolby Atmos sound. Guys, it's an upgrade from the 1080p, but it really is not gonna blow you away in this bitch. I don't know what to say to you. You're gonna notice the extra detail. You're gonna notice the wider color. You're gonna notice depth and detail. Close-ups look especially good because it is quite a sharp movie. You're definitely going to notice detail in close-up shots, especially outdoor scenes, especially when they meet Chuck Norris. That area looked especially good in 4K. It is a decent upgrade, but it's not going to blow you away. Some of the explosions, some of the fire, some of the lighting does stand out, but once again, it's not going to blow you away. It didn't blow me away. Another thing is, there are inconsistencies, right? There are some scenes which look a little soft. There are some scenes which look incredibly sharp. So it's a mixed bag. For a 4K digital intermediate, you expecting panties to drop, panties are not going to drop. They're not going to drop. I don't know what to tell you. There is one thing that actually brings this Blu-ray down. One thing. And that is the color palette. For some reason, this movie is noticeably more muted and colder than its 1080p counterpart. And I don't know why, but it is. It sometimes feels like the HDR was on the 1080p and they removed it for the 4K. Sometimes it feels that way. I don't understand why this has happened. You'll notice it straight off the bat, 100%. And that's a big shame because with the added vibrancy and the extra color palette, you would really appreciate this disc. I don't know what to say. It's fucked up.
Final thoughts.
These three movies are mindless action movies. They're a lot of fun for some, for others, whatever. I would never ever pick these up at full price, but the price they're at right now in the triple disc pack is worth it if you like the movies. You will notice more of an improvement as the discs go on, 1, 2, and 3. They're absolutely not the discs you're going to want to show off to anyone, to show off your 4K. It's not going to happen. But triple disc, what are they, like $25, some bullshit like that? Worth a pickup for that, definitely. A lot of movies are worth a pickup for that. If you're trying to build your collection, that's the one to get. But individually, I would never pick them up. I hope you appreciate this review. I got tons of reviews coming, people. Tons of reviews. Boy, just been hella busy lately. Your boy back. Catch you guys soon.
Brass tacks.